was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses. It reminds you of the glory of the American experiment.
So we got to start something right now. Democrats don't seem like they got a plan. Republicans don't seem like they got a plan for us. So how the hell you gonna vote for them? Make them earn that vote. They can start today. They ain't got it yet.
Welcome to my table, folks. I am so super psyched for the future. At the end of the day, no one truly knows what's going to happen exactly. How it's going to happen, and or everything else under the sun. We got people out here going crazy. I'll tell most of you, it only takes one right thing for anybody to snap. And they're snapping right now. Y'all probably heard about the congressman. I'll talk about that later. But right here, what we have is a bill that they wrote. It hasn't passed yet. But it's probably in this big, beautiful bill package thing that they got. So, me and a friend of mine, driving down the road, talking about, how they wanted to add ladies, or young ladies, to the military draft. So, I think they first started writing this legislation back in 2020. First time they tried to pass it was 2021. But, anywho, it's still been out there. It's still been in packages. So they tried to pass it back in 2023, right? 2 years ago. So, whatever. We was talking about it, and she was like, yeah, they didn't pass it, though. That's how most people present it, but it's still out there. They don't just give up if it doesn't pass one session. So I started thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? That kind of sounds like something a Democrat would do. But I don't know. Maybe it's bipartisan. So I dove into this rabbit hole, right? And what I found was this bill. Now, I'm not one of those good public reader people, but by all means bear with me through just a small portion. It's not that long. By all means, I'm laying it down so that way hopefully you guys pick it up. It's only 2 pages. But right here when the bill pretty much starts, it says, a female citizen of the United States or other female person residing in the United States. So you folks that brought your daughters over that aren't even legal yet or whatever, good luck. Who is between the ages described do. Keep on reading if you want to. All I'm saying is when I read it, it popped out. They don't even have to be American citizens. Bless our hearts. Anywho. So I'm like, who wrote the bill? It's all these characters right here. There's like 5 of them. So I'm like, okay, words don't mean shit to me. So I ended up Googling them. And it's these crafty characters that are sponsoring it. Now, I went to the USA.gov site to try to get pictures of them. And there, well, how they write the bill was, they said Mrs. Steele, right? And that was it. But if you go to their site and try to track them down, USA.gov, you can't just type in Representative Miss Steele. You have to actually type in their full name, their first and last name, for that database to work for me. But regardless, I got them. They're right here. And then I asked myself, what party are they from? By golly, they're all Republican. All of them. So then my simple little fuzzy little monkey brain, it's as simple as could be. It's just black and white. There's none of that gray crap that y'all got in there. I'm like, well, we knew that a side was trying to get our daughters, young ladies, in the draft before we voted for Donald Trump, right? Or collectively, Trump won. And it's all Republicans that are trying to get this passed. I thought Republicans were conservative. Does it really? Is it conservative now to not protect your baby makers? I guess so. Because, I'm a conservative. But I would have never even thought for a split second to send our daughters out there with guns. Now, to each their own. If we're in wartime and they want to join to help, okay. Hands off. That's called freedom. But in no means, in a free country, you pass legislation, or try to even, that makes them. And it was all the people, the MAGA, the whoever's, that voted for Trump. And I can look at anybody dead in their eyes, say that's not my fault. I knew better. So, anyway, digging into the rabbit hole, because the Dems, and there's a lot of Republicans too, for that King's rally. But the Dems are like, he's Hitler. Just like the Republicans back in Obama's first election was calling him the Antichrist and the world's going to come to an end. I wish they did. But it didn't. Anywho. I just wanted to see this, how they're coming to that conclusion. So, I went ahead and, well, I asked myself this. I said, I see a lot of young ladies, and fortunate enough for anyone that voted for Trump, I was like, there's a lot of young ladies that are out of shape, can't carry a gun. So they'll get kicked out of boot camp. I don't know what the standard's going to be. They could change it whenever they want. But they're not prepared. Most of the ladies that I see. And then the thought come. I'm like, I see a lot of them CrossFit people, and that CrossFit thing has been becoming a thing since before COVID. So I went ahead and did a little Google search, and yup. Now, I find these ladies attractive, but I get it. There is a thing called too much muscle. But whatever. This right here, that looked pretty good. I think. She's hot, right? Anywho. So I looked into that. And then the U.S. is hosting two major events, the World Cup and then the Summer Olympics. And when I was looking at this, I was like, hold on a second. Wasn't there some big deal about the Olympics and Hitler? So then I started doing a search. Was the Olympics in Germany during World War II? And by all means, my computer just led me to that conclusion, which it'll tell you no, it wasn't. But I'm like, I know there was something about everybody going to Germany for an Olympics thing. So, this is what I got. In 1936, Adolf Hitler was in charge of Germany. He held the position of do. That was when he was building and doing dictatorship shit. So, to each their own. And good luck to all. But why is it such a similarity of what's going on right now and back then? So this is it makes me super excited just because. Now, if you want to help kick this can down the road, hit me up with a email, and then if you want to contribute, by all means, here's the 3 ways to go about it. We'll kick this can down the road. You'll be able to see me talking to real people about real things, and hopefully educating some folks. I understand we all make mistakes, but if you don't learn when you make anything from when you make a mistake, then I feel sorry for you. Good luck to all, to each their own.